See, check out these. What happens if I press this button? Does milk go before the cereal, or does the cereal go before the milk?
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my dailies. This is Sensei. Before we get started, as always, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment on this channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's something new I'm saying on this video. That way you can be part of the notif gang. But without further ado, there's some things that I've been looking at. I was just browsing through, different articles here. Came across Comicbook.com, and they're talking about Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake being delayed again. New developers taking over. I mean, it's still Ubisoft, but this game was announced back, I believe, in 2020. Yeah, first announced in 2020, and this was being it was a remake, full remake, Prince of Persia. Remember, they showed it off, and it wasn't looking too good, so they went ahead and delayed it just to work on the game because they heard the feedback and the lash out that they had from the community about Prince of Persia. If you guys are like me, Prince of Persia is one of those games that back in the days, man, I enjoyed it with the original Sands of Time. You have the Warrior Within. You have different variations or iterations, I should say, of what Prince of Persia was back in the days. And everybody has the taste of what, or their favorite one from the past. But for the most part, they were all great. They were all good. But that was old Ubisoft when they used to create those games, like the Ghost Recons, the classic Prince of Persias, like those kind of get the Raymans. This newer Ubisoft, they're not. It's like they're having a hard time finding their hold in the gaming world. They're going through the issues right now. We all know these issues. I'm not gonna reiterate those issues here, but they're going through the issues right now. And when they announced this Prince of Persia reboot, Sands of Time reboot, or remake, I should say, not a reboot, remake, it was with promise that it was going to capture the classic feel to it and how that played. But when they showed it again, as I say, when they showed it off, it was not looking that good. This was announced back in 2020. I remember them showing it off, and I was like, oof, that looks really rough around the edges. So they went ahead and delayed it, and they said that they're gonna come out some other day with it, but they're gonna work on it. They heard us; they're gonna work on it. Well, now it looks like it's delayed again, but not because of how the game looked, because they haven't showed us anything else since the first time they showed it to us. It looks like they changed hands. Developers changed hands. So what I'm reading here is Ubisoft shared another update on the remake of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time this week, and once more, it's not exactly a promising one. The publisher announced that its remake of a classic Prince of Persia game had changed hands internally and would now be handled by Ubisoft Montreal instead of Ubisoft Pune and Ubisoft Mumbai, who initially led the work on it. If you guys remember, the original Prince of Persias were being made by Ubisoft Montreal. Those are the ones that's where, I'm not sure if that's the same development team, but that's where the original Prince of Persias, they came out of. The Montreal studio is where it was being developed. But like I said before, this was announced 2 years ago, back in 2020. And it says here, based on the wording used in Ubisoft's announcement, its release has been pushed back once more to allow the new developers to regroup before working on the game. That sends some concerns to me because it looks like whatever was being worked on, once it got delayed and they decided we're going to work on it some more, this tells me that now they changed complete studios, complete designers, complete art design, all that they're doing it from scratch all over again. So we probably won't see this game anytime soon, unless they're gonna rework the work that's already been done. But the way they're talking about this looks like the whole thing has been scratched and they just started from the scratch up again with this new the Montreal studio working on the game. With the wording like regroup, that's kind of iffy to me. Red flag for me right away. The latest on the remake of Sands of Time was shared in a tweet from Prince of Persia account, similar to how previous was done. So here goes, Prince of Persia. I'll go ahead and link this whole article in the description so you guys can read it there. But I don't know, man. They're saying it's an important step for them to move forward in this franchise, and it looks like they on the bright side they're focusing on the quality of this game, and they want this game to be right. Again, they're going through so much right now, that company as a whole, that who knows what's gonna happen in this game. I'm just surprised they haven't scratched it, they haven't like axed the game yet. Like they haven't said, hey, we're gonna axe it. So that's a big surprise to see this today. But I don't think anybody's expecting it to come anytime soon after these reports, especially. So let me know what you guys think in the comment. You know, that's one of those things where it's like, it surprised me they even came out with news. So just sound off in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. A little update on what with the Xbox and Bethesda announcement, June 12th being June 12th. A little update on that is that people have started to notice it was spotted by pure Xbox originally, but everybody's running with it and seeing how that works. But if you add the Xbox event to your Outlook calendar, it'll block it out for 90 minutes. It'll give you an hour and a half block. A lot of people are saying, well, that's the time. Now, Microsoft has not, or Microsoft has not officially said how long the show is going to be. But when you put this, again, when you add this to your calendar, your own personal Outlook calendar, the actual event, it gives you a 90-minute block. It could be going on for last year because last year was 90 minutes regardless. So, I mean, and usually they go about 90 minutes. But Aaron Greenberg did tweet out, he said that this is going to be, there's no official time yet, no solid time. Normally 90 minutes is what it runs, but we haven't been, or we as in Xbox, they haven't officially went on what time frame they're going to do. All we know now is that the date and the time is going to start, which is June 12th, 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern time. That's a Sunday. But as far as the 90-minute window, it's not official yet. But if you want to look at it yourself, just add it to your calendar, your personal calendar. You'll see that it'll block out 90 minutes. Again, let me know what you guys think about that. But if it is 90 minutes, do you think that's a little bit, or do you want more? Is 90 minutes enough? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. For another video, this is Sensei. Like, share, and subscribe. Happy fucking gaming.